own lace. Because you know how some of them have like big flowers or sequins on them, or like sequined images, and then there's like big spaces between them. You can trim out some of that fabric from between. It's more expensive that way because obviously you're buying the lace, but
yeah.
well, and I'm over here with my oh hey, I've made doll stuff and I have done theater stuff, so I know the wig stuff.
I've been contemplating also picking up learning how to make wigs.
Learning how to make wigs is fun. Latch over crochet. Did we get any mail? Was there anything other than like the newspaper type stuff? Okay. Okay, I'll check it out later. Ooh, neat. You get a mirror in Osrin, that's why.
So it looks like a bird-man creature. Ooh.
Is there anything you do that isn't headcanon-y? Because I know that there's nothing. I know there's nothing I do that's not headcanon-y. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh.
Oh no.
Good.
Apparently her mic isn't working on stream, guys. Sorry. Well, and if your sound isn't working, then is any of the rest of our sound working? Weird.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Okay.
Okay, can y'all hear me now? There we go. Now it's working. I'm going to turn that down a little bit, though, because I am way in the red. Holy shit.
I'm figuring things out, guys.
Right? We're getting there. We're getting there. I do not need to be that far into the red, though. Okay. Testing! Alright, cool. Oh, shit! Just in time for me to say thank you, Star. Star gifted you a subscription. Coyote.
What do I do? How do I do the thing?
You don't need to do anything. Star did it for you.
I feel the love.
You can say thank you either in Twitch, because that's where she's watching, or in Discord, because she's going to get that anyway. So either way, whatever works. It's automatic. But anyway, yeah, okay, so thank you, very much appreciated, thank you. Also, good luck. Anyway, so my mic is working again. Hopefully the audio is great. I don't have anyone telling me otherwise.
Not much.
So, yeah, go back to work. Don't get yelled at. Go back to work. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, headcanons. Yeah, so yeah, all the headcanons. Go ahead.
I mean, I can see the fuck of headcanon stuff too, but yeah.
You know what the really funny part about it though is he ends up being Ozrin ends up being an awful lot like Aku, a little bit, except he's just not nearly as big or tall. He's definitely taller than people think he is because he's always slouching, but he still kind of has the same sort of body structure, except his legs are a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Like he still has, he even still has the he still even has the digitigrade legs. They're just smaller and shorter than like what Aku has, which is a lot of where Aku gets his length.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of Aku is leg.
Yes, a lot of leg. For anyone who...
I mean, he's got quite...
Go ahead.
He's got quite a bit of body, too, but...
Oh, yeah.
But he is... There's just a lot of him.
Yeah, he is just a lot. And he makes it known. I'm just kidding. He's not afraid to make that known. For anyone who doesn't know, Aku is an OC of mine who is a 4-armed digitigrade person who has a tail, which is hilarious because I also I also had Kenan Ozrin as having a tail. I swear I didn't just put Aku in Ozrin's body. Like, that's not what happened. What's even better is Ozrin is purple-skinned, and Aku started out purple-skinned, which is great.
Yes, he did.
The white hair never changed, by the way, which is even better. I swear. I swear. I'm not projecting Aku onto Ozrin, I promise. I will say this much, there's an awful lot of similarities between the sagely version of Aku, meaning when he's not...
The older, wiser.
The older, wiser Aku who isn't a total goofball. And when he's not being the crazy uncle that'll laugh at, well, I mean, actually, that could follow with Ozrin as well. Anyway, okay, the name Aku is from Samurai Jack, absolutely. The name also means something akin to spirits, or old spirits, or so on and so forth. The light of spirits, something to that effect. Spiritual light, something like that. There's a few interconnected definitions. I'd have to look it up actually to give you like the straight up like by the book like definitions. Regardless, that's where I first heard the name. Yes, it was Samurai Jack.
Sorry, baby. You talking to me while I've got headset in. What's up?
Unspeakable evil intensifies. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, he will headbutt if he's in the mood to headbutt. He's very mercurial when it comes to that. He does that to me all the time. Like, he'll headbutt me constantly when he decides to get up on the desk. And then he'll usually also sit on the keyboard, so, that's great. We're talking about my cat.
Yeah.
Monster fat cat.
That sounded like a very cat.
No, it
was a cat.
No, we're talking about my son, skinny one.
Yeah, the skinny one who likes to headbutt people. Yeah.
My mistake.
What was it, Bebe? He does. He's very silky. He is velveteen.
You have it right with the AKU. That's how it's spelled for the Samurai Jack version. That's actually not how I spelled it for mine, as if it really makes a whole lot of difference. It's still technically the same name. With mine, it's AKHU. Regardless, the correct one is AKU for Samurai Jack when you're talking about Samurai Jack. One thing I find very interesting about the hand demons, which is what I'm going to be calling them, is hand demons. I don't know if anyone else calls them that or whatever, but that's what I call them. Is literally the hand hair. That's a thing. That is a thing that exists. My brain is trying to logic that into existence, and I feel like it both works and is weird at the same time, which is perfect because this is the Boiling Isles.
Yeah.
I like how my computer is trying to take me to my own fan fiction, and I'm like, no, that's actually not what I'm trying to do, but I appreciate you thinking of me, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm just sitting here like, why are you trying to take me to my own fanfic? I'm literally just looking for Osrin. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. Can I just say also that despite the fact that my brain version of him sees him as very sagely and all that, there's still some quite under the surface sass as well, because sass. He is a sassy old man.
Yeah.
Boop, my cat Snoot, he was not happy with me.
I'm sure.
He was quite offended.
Why would you do that?
I have done an offense.
You have.
Such offense. Much offending.
Just why?
You have offended the great cat god.
One thing I find really interesting is this fucking hood. Why does your hood do that, bruh? He's like, I'm gonna wear a hood, but I'm gonna let my ears poke out of it. Like, that's gonna be a thing. I'm like, sir.
Sure, but why though?
But why? It's not how hoods work.
Well,
That's
maybe
not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Yes, Osrin and Tara are absolutely the sassy old people who have tea and gossip sessions at least once a week, if not more so.
Okay, Nibs, here's the dealio. I need to go to the store, so the fish pasta that we had from last night, it needs a little bit rehydrating, but there's nothing wrong with it. I can microwave it and it will rehydrate some. Do you want that, or do you want one of the other noodle soups? Because that's the last of the penne. We have a little bit, but not really enough of the shells. I mean, that's not enough for you.
Why does this
for even
pencil
just you
suddenly
to have
look
it.
not correct?
Or we have
Okay, that's better.
the egg noodle shape. And we have regular spaghetti shape.
Egg noodles!
Egg. Okay. I will get you
Fuck,
egg
I'm gonna
noodles.
focus on his face first, because I feel like it.
You know, I misheard what you just said so critically. So hard.
What did you think I said? Is it something you have to type? I hate that. I hate that already. Go away. Maybe it's the pencil. Maybe I'm just not feeling this pencil. We're just going to switch to a different pencil then. Is this my pencil? Is this the one pencil that I've been using that I adjusted and made things to? Yes, okay. Let's try this pencil instead. Let's try it in a more pencil colored pencil color.
Sorry, dealing with
Oh my gosh, Ozrin, I hate your nose. Your fucking nose. Sir, why is your nose such an affront to my brain?
He has nose. The nose.
The nose.
Might be an appropriate thing to say about Ozrin's nose.
The nose, yes, absolutely. Yeah, that eraser is far too large. Stop that. That's not funny.
Silly.
Okay, back to the other craft project.
Which craft project are you looking at now?
So I picked up a tiny crochet hook.
Mm-hmm.
Crochet thread.
Oh, you have chosen poorly.
I'm not going to pretend that I understand, but just to let you know, I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
What size thread are you planning on using? Because if you say sewing thread, I'm going to have to look. Okay, yeah, okay. 10 crochet cotton, not so bad.
Yeah.
How often do you crochet?
Usually a little bit more often than I knit, but I also usually don't do tiny yarn, let alone something that calls itself crochet thread.
Yeah. No, I get that. I understand that on an intrinsic level. So do you remember that comment earlier? That comment I made earlier about the fact that I do doll stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to crochet for dolls with crochet cotton.
Ah.
I have a feeling that was a horrible idea.
Well, it's not if you're used to using crochet cotton. I mean, I have literally seen people make entire Barbie doll dresses out of it. My mom made some Barbie doll outfits out of it. The problem was I kept trying to. I crochet too tightly. So I needed to size up like several hook sizes in order to get a crocheted fabric that was not almost stiff enough to stand on its own. Because I crochet too tightly at the best of times, I almost always have to size up a hook or two because I crochet like I have a grudge against yarn. So it becomes very important that I give a little bit of slack to
I do not crochet
my fabric.
in any sense of the term. Do not ask me to crochet or attempt to. I am lucky that I can use a sewing machine as well as I do.
Yeah, this is the first time I've tried doing tiny yarn crocheting. Like crochet. It's going
well, and okay, so here's one of the things that drove. Sorry, go ahead.
It's going better than I expected. I have an idea for what I want to make out of it.
Do you have a pattern or not?
Absolutely not. I'm freehanding this shit.
Oh, fun! That'll be fun. The good news about that is a good news bad news situation. The good news about that is crochet cotton frogs easily.
Yeah.
The bad news about that is crochet cotton works slowly because it's tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, you usually have plenty of room to make adjustments if you just want to say, fuck it, I don't give a shit if this puckers just a little bit right here. It'll be fine. And so if you need to put decreases or increases in oddball spots, you can just do that.
Yeah, I have decided I want to make like sort of a combination necklace, choker, decoration for like the neckline of my shirt.
Okay. Oh, so like a lace collar type thing.
Yeah. I'm also decided that I am going to make many tiny petals so I can have a couple flowers in that.
Cool.
That I will then sew on in various places.
Yay.
Yeah.
You can crochet.
You crocheted a hooker? For a lovable dumbass who is always in a rush, Jenkins.
I am not looking at the chat, so I have no idea who's talking about what. So.
Farrell wanted a name for a lovable dumbass who's always in a rush, and I said Jenkins, and she said thank you.
Cute.
Oh yeah, I got distracted by cashews and forgot that I was actually going to be looking at something.
Oh, oops.
There we go. Yes. Oh, hello.
Well, in fairness, cashews or something once getting distracted over.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
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 Also, can I just comment about how, at least in the cartoon version, variation, or whatever we want to call it, good gosh, Ozrin and Kikimora's ears are huge compared to their faces.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
just
I'm
have...
pretty sure Kikimora's a gremlin.
Right? She's a something, that's for sure.
She's not a witch, but she's not a witch.
I go along with them being demons, specifically the kind that are her and Ozrin, and then like there's one other that we see randomly in Them's the Breaks Kids. I call them hand demons, but they're basically the magic using type of demon.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember the tomato sauce abridged dub. I'm sure you've heard of
Tomato
it.
sauce. Have not.
It's very worth it. It's hilarious. He always, whenever he dubs over Kikimura's voice, he always kind of sounds like a French Marge Simpson. And the running gag in the abridged series is everybody always says Kikimura wrong. Like, yes, Shiki Flora. And Kikimura is always referred to as a gremlin in the series.
Right.
I have to send the playlist.
You do. Please do.
It's hilarious. I mean, at first I didn't really watch them before because I was never a fan of abridged things or parodies, but it's like everybody kept saying, "Oh, tomato sauce is hilarious," so I might as well give them a chance. And I did.
Also, Farrell makes a good point. If that one shot is anything to go by, the one that I wrote, Kikimura is actually a half witch, but regardless, I consider them to be demons that can use magic.
Okay, so I won't bother linking the playlist. I'll just link the whole channel.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do it.
There we go.
You're on duty. God, that reminded me of fucking Ruby Rod for a second there.
You should see the ones where he's like, Bellos has sibling issues. Like he's arguing with Caleb's ghost.
Oh wait, I
And
think you sent that once because I remember.
Yeah,
that sounds
did.
familiar. That was fucking great. I fucking loved that one. And Caleb's ghost was basically just trolling him.
Yep. It is a cave and it is cool.
Caleb was a sassy little shit.
It's full of slime.
I mean, he's dead because of his brother.
He has every right to be a sassy little shit. I was just.
Oh, I know. That's why it's hilarious.
He has eternity to bother him, to get revenge and inconvenience him.
Absolutely.
And I have some fun with it.
There's also this. Hang on. Also, if me chewing my crackers comes through, I apologize.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We all like to do the munchies. We are very munchy gremlins here in the coven.
And there we go. It's in Meme It Up, babes.
Meme it up.
They did a tomato sauce and Z's Foggy 2 did a Hunger Games simulation with Owl House characters.
Oh shit.
For example, the Collector kills Emperor Belos by accident.
By accident.
Yeah.
Oh, great. My parents are calling me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. And Bee's knitting
Over here and sing everybody the song of your people.
The crochet thread.
Oh yeah, since I was essentially muted beforehand, I had said at some point to anybody watching the stream, hey, sorry that I started it in the middle of a conversation. We were talking about wigs. And it was fun.
Yeah.
Because not only do we do art, we do cosplay. Anyway, please continue.
Probably gonna turn into a wig when I get the stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the nice, really long. I think it says 96 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous deep blue, too.
What's it for?
Well, I was going to use it to make dreadlock extensions.
Like how that is apparently not the plan any longer.
No, I think it would look better as a wig.
There you go.
Never mind that I don't have the stuff or equipment to make wigs right now.
It will be a wig regardless.
That's a minor detail.
Minor inconvenience, it's fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it work.
Yeah.
You
Cooperate with me.
Ozrin, your fingers are weird.
Your head fingers are weird, Ozrin.
Why are your fingers weird?
Because they're on his head.
Right. Which reminds me, I'm not going to go into graphic detail about my headcanon about how the fuck that works, but yes. That's a thing.
Here's the problem for me. My brain goes like, there are so many possibilities for so many bad things. So my brain just goes, let's see where all the not safe for work possibilities lie. And I'm like, no,
let's not.
Let's fucking not. And then my brain goes, too late.
Like, never mind the fact that Ozrin has 4 regular hands.
Yeah, I bet you he's awful handy. Please don't shoot me for my stupid pun. I know my puns are bad. Come on, give me a break here.
They're still funny, though.
They are.
I do try to be. I'm so frustrated. Like, all the stories that I've like been reading for forever and used to update really regularly stopped updating really regularly, and so now I've only got like one of them that's updating regularly. And I'm like, gosh dang it. Why are the Megamind people so quiet? Why are the Strange Magic people not doing anything?
I know why I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
I apologize.
I am aware of why you're not doing anything.
Sorry. Kind of preoccupied.
It wouldn't be such a big deal if I wasn't like completely droughted on all the fucking stories that I've been reading for an extended period of time. So like there's that one werewolf, Roxanne is a werewolf story that I'm so fucking curious about what the hell happens in that. I want to know.
You were telling me about that one.
And they posted another chapter a while back, and I was like, yes, they're back to posting. And now it's been like 6 weeks since the last time they posted. I'm like,
where are you? Come back.
Well, I mean, it's like, for me, it's always like, whoever it is who I like their writing the least is the one who continues to post. Like, all the stories that I kind of like, I end up reading them because they had a good description, but then, like, they have a really childish writing style, and I can only get through so much of it, and eventually I just, fall off because I'm like, oh god, if I have to see them misspell there again, I think I'm going to fucking punch something. And I'm just like, I just can't do this anymore. Or they use the same word 6 times in the same paragraph. I'm just like, no, don't use very so much. Good lord. Find other words.
I fight against that all the time.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing, though. Like, you're trying, but...
I really do. I try not to get... I try not to be...
We lost somebody. I don't know who. Oh, we lost Becca.
I try not to be very... I try not to be, like, super snobby about it. But I am... I'm super snobby. I try. But I there's some of it that I can't get over. And if you have too many... Like, I recently tried to pick up several more stories because I was in the mood to read this one fandom, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to go see if I can pick up another story, at least one. And so I pull up several stories to see if I can pick out one that I'm wanting to follow, and every single one of them is written like they're 13.
Ow.
Which, like, you know, don't get us wrong, 13-year-olds need to write continuously if they're going to get better at it, but...
Yeah. But the thing is
if this isn't a 13-year-old writing, which probably it isn't... I'm sorry, please continue. Uh-oh, did we lose you? Lynn!
Lynn, come back!
Goblin, come back.
Now's not the time for that.
Oh no.
Turn it off and turn it back on again.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what you get for sitting on the couch all day. You gotta get up and stretch your legs.
Yeah, you gotta stretch the legs, yo.
She was writing for like 2 solid hours with barely any movement.
Oh yeah, I know how that feels. Lynn!
Are you back?
Please allow me back.
Alright.
Yay!
But yeah, it just, you know, with Inuyasha stuff, they're either 14 or they're 40, and there's kind of not a lot of, like, in between. So either you get these really thoughtful, you know, thought-provoking, mature writings, because there's a good portion of the fan base.
You know what? Hold on, I don't like that.
Was born in 1982, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That were the same age as Kagome, who would be literally 40 right now. And then you have the kids who have shown up since then, and because there's new episodes, a good portion of those kids are actual children. And so you get, and it always seems like Inuyasha is one of those, like, gateway fandoms where, like, the anime kids find it and then glom onto it and just absolutely go fucking nuts, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. I mean, I glommed onto it when I was a kid, but I have matured so much as a reader, and I don't mentally have the wherewithal to just read stuff that causes me to roll my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and more power to the people who can sit back and go, okay, well, this is obviously a young writer. They haven't gotten their feet under themselves yet. They're just writing because they want to write. Let's encourage them by reading their stuff. You know, fucking good on you, man. I do not have the ability. I just don't. I am too opinionated. I'm too old. I'm too grumpy to be doing that shit anymore. And it kind of makes me sad because I know that a lot of these kids have really good ideas because I've read their fucking descriptions. It's just they usually pepper in some thing that makes me go, oh god, this is a child. I don't know if I can read a child stuff right now. Because, like, the more I see, and she would, what was the thing that I saw the other day that just immediately made me go, oh god, no.
Oh god, no.
It wasn't even something that if I was in a mood to read that kind of stuff, I would have been like, oh god, no. But it was presented so stereotypically it was all the way out, in the fucking, this is in the damn, summary. And I was just like, oh god, this is child. I can't do that right now. It's going to drive me nuts now until I actually figure out what the fuck they've written in the summary that turned me off so abruptly, so quickly.
So instantly.
Because it wasn't even like at
oh
the
god.
beginning. It wasn't even at the beginning of the summary. It was like at the second half of the damn summary. And I was like, oh god, no.
No.
It's like, I don't even remember why it was so, oh god, no, even.
You've blocked it out. That's how bad it was.
Obviously.
Yeah, only explanation.
Oh, here's one that I started reading and stopped. There was one where essentially Kagome and Inuyasha have their marriage is going along very, very poorly.
Oh, they're married and it's going poorly.
They're married, it's going poorly. And Shishomaru has started showing up around, and that's getting Inuyasha all pissed off because he and Kagome have become friends, and eventually he's like, hey, I need, in order to be happy in my marriage, I need a child. We've been trying, it's not happening. If you give me a kid, he won't ever know because it'll just be a half demon, and he won't know because there is no real such thing as quarter demon.
Oh, I think I saw that one.
and it was like, it was interesting. It was okay, and then I just fell off a fucking cliff with it because it was just so, like, there's only so much slow burn I can tolerate. It's currently at like 52 chapters. That's a little too much slow burn for me.
I don't think I even
That's
go
a little
that
bit
bad.
Too much.
Never mind, I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, you probably do. But at least at that point, you have other characters who are actually in a relationship, who are actually trying to get towards the thing, as opposed to people who still won't admit they fucking are into each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's too much. That's too fucking much.
I have multiple relationship plot lines that you can follow and not be bored.
Yes.
And be
yes, you do.
Almost satisfied every time.
Fuck you.
But yeah, it just, I don't remember what the one that I saw the other day was that I just, but it exists out there.
You can type them all in if you want, Satan.
Oh.
I think the one type of Inuyasha fanfic that I no longer will ever read, really, are the ones where Kagome turns into either a demon or a half-demon.
I started one of those one time. I actually think the premise of that one wasn't horrible, but I didn't finish it. And it was another one of those where she ends up with Sesshomaru instead of Inuyasha. But
yeah.
And you all might even know it because and this is, it was many years ago when I was reading Inuyasha fanfic. There was really of the ones that I read, there's only 3 that I remember, including this one, or remember with great clarity, because The two that I haven't mentioned were really good, actually. And then there's this one, which was probably going to be good, but I just, for something about it, I couldn't keep up with it. And what it was is the start of it, which is what got her into this state as opposed to being a human, was they succeeded, blah blah blah, the gem is complete, and what are we going to do here? And they allowed for Inuyasha to make a final wish on the gem, and what he did was he said, I wish that everyone, something along the lines of, I wish everyone recovers from everything that has happened as a result of this gem. Something to that effect, but then he threw in, especially Kikyo. And so he tried to be selfless, but threw in just a smidge of selfishness that it fucked the wish up a little bit. And essentially, for everyone to get what they wanted as recompense or something, there was apparently this desire of the collective of demons that were influenced by the gem, that they wanted someone to... I don't even remember now what it was. It was like if some sort of selfish desire that the demons had to throw their suffering or something onto somebody, but not in a painful way. I don't remember exactly how they got to this point, but essentially this resulted in Kagome being turned into a demon per their like the collective of demon selfishness, basically, as a way to make it better or something, as a sort of repayment for what happened. And the best I could tell, it wasn't actually going horribly. It just was a new reality for her at that point. And so, you know, and that was the only one really that I read that had her as that. But like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I feel like that one probably would have been good if I had actually, you know, continued reading it. I am being summoned, so give me just a moment.
Okay.
The things that I actually don't like are actually usually the ones where the one thing that I kind of put my foot down on is the ones where where the demons were demons and now they're not demons. That's where I draw the line usually, is like turning Shishomaru human, things like that. Turning Inuyasha human isn't so bad because he's half human, but it's still not great. It still makes him irritable. I really prefer... I would rather have everyone is a demon or a half demon or something like that than everyone is human. Because I find the demons in Inuyasha to be very... I find the method with which they make those demons, the kind of... I like the way that they do demons in Inuyasha.
Yeah,
I find that to be very interesting.
Yeah.
So I usually don't have problems with the Kagome is a demon, so long as it's not... Kagome is a demon, and now she's the coolest demon that ever demon, and everybody loves her, and of course Inuyasha wants her back now, but he can't have her back because Shishomaru has staked a claim on her, and she doesn't know what to do about it, and of course Koga is there to want to... Yeah, no. Stop with the breathless. Kagome is the coolest thing about everything ever. Please, for the love of fuck, just make her a person with full flaws. Recognize the fact that she is a very flawed character and just deal with that. Don't try and make her the coolest thing like the show did, because she's not. She's kind of a little shit.
Yeah.
But very much so in the way that a 15-year-old is a little shit.
Yeah.
So, like, one of the reasons why I don't watch Inuyasha anymore is because Kagome reminds me too much of who I was when I was a teenager, and I don't like that bit. So yeah, I find Kagome to be insipid and frustrating, and being able to, from Western eyes, from a more mature point of view, look at Kagome and be like, stop abusing your person. It doesn't matter that he said something that pissed you off. Stop him. Which is effectively what she's doing every time she sits him. She is essentially fucking hitting him. And it's not cool. And it is something that particular time period kind of did quite frequently.
Yeah.
You know, like the time period of anime kind of did that a lot.
Oh yeah.
And it is uncomfortable as an adult who's looking back on these characters that she used to really enjoy, and going, oh, everybody's an asshole.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is not that everybody was an asshole, it's that I didn't recognize that everybody's an asshole.
Yeah.
If I'd have recognized that everybody was an asshole, it'd be like, yeah, everybody's an asshole, duh. But I didn't recognize that at the time. And I remember seeing essays about how the reason that Kagome was the superior character and the superior match for Inuyasha was because she was the good mother character. And how Kikyo was the bad mother character. And so that's why she has to be defeated, even though Inuyasha loves her. She was a bad mother character. And I'm like, as an adult, I'm like, dude, you were so far off fucking base. I hope you failed that assignment, dude. Maybe that teacher could explain some of this shit to you. That is, oh my gosh. So bad. But, you know, it's just kind of one of those things where, like, Inuyasha really draws in the kind of, you know, hyper-creative minds that are kind of also hyper-focused of, like, 14, 15-year-old girls. And it's great until it's kind of not. And I kind of got to the point where I can kind of only really stomach reading things where Kagome isn't the super fantastic, wonderful magic girl that, you know, everybody loves and nobody hates. And of course, not only does Inuyasha and Hisomaru love her, but so does Naraku, and that's why he's being such a bastard, is because he has feelings for her and you know, blah blah blah. And it's like, maybe fucking don't.
I don't think that Naraku had any feelings.
Well,
I mean, theoretically had lust for Kikyo, and that was part of what drove him to invite the demons into his body. But there's definitely there's no amorous or even unclean like intentions towards Kagome in the show from Naraku. Like, I can totally see Naraku having unclean intentions, if you will, but he's never shown to have any in the show for Kagome. Now, there are other characters who are shown to have unclean intentions. If we continue to use my very, very weird sort of phrasing for this. You know, there are other characters who are definitely kind of portrayed as mincing pedophiles who definitely want to get up underneath her skirt. But that is not the way that Naraku seems to treat her.
he seems to treat her as a tool, as an annoyance, and does not seem to view her as a sexual being in any way, shape, or form. Which, honestly, is great. That's fantastic. Thank you. Please don't make the tentacle monster go for the fucking teenage girl. Thank you. That's what fiction is for. That is what fan fictions are for, because they are going to do that because he's a tentacle monster. She's a teenage girl, and that's going to happen. But thank you for not making that a thing in the actual show. That reduces the quantity of people having him tentacle rape her. Oh, I mean, yeah. I have full diatribes about Inuyasha, since it is one of the few animes that I have actually watched a significant portion of.
Yeah.
There are very few animes that I have actually watched a bunch of. And Inuyasha is one of 3. Yeah, I want to say 3. Full Metal Alchemist I watched most of. I watched Vampire Hunter D and the Vampire Hunter D and the sequel. I don't remember what the sequel was called. There's a couple others that I watched. There's that Netflix one that was more recent that was based off of. There was a Netflix show that was based off of a manga. That was effectively an anime, and I love the shit out of that because I was actually looking for the fucking splash screen for it looked so fucking stupid, and I was literally looking for a stupid show where the guy who was the asshole was an asshole, and you did there was no questions about whether or not he was an asshole. The lech was just a lech. Yeah. Oh, 7 Deadly Sins is the name of it. 7 Deadly Sins. Turns out I did not get what I was looking for, but I found something fantastic anyway. So that was funny. Because I was definitely not looking for a piece that it turns out to be a thoughtful piece about the role of immortality and what is and is not sin, and how things aren't necessarily how they appear on the surface and stuff like that. So that was a little crazy, but cool.
Yeah.
I tried to watch Demon Slayer and just couldn't. Hey, go babe. I don't know if you even are hungry at all, so since you still have food in front of you. But yeah. Oddball stuff. Are you in a spot where you can carry bowls down? Nibs?
Me?
I said Nibs. That's my kid.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking to me, and I was zoning out.
It is okay. You can't carry any bowls down to the basement for me, so.
I would do my best.
Oh, shit. Just screwed up. Just at least one of those bowls, both of them if you can. But yeah. I do not have a very large anime library on my belt.
I would like to suggest an anime called Tokyo Godfathers if you haven't seen it yet.
What's it about?
It's just one show, but it's basically 3 homeless people who find a baby in the middle of winter in Japan, and then it's a mission of them to find out who the baby belongs to, and it's just really great. Every scene is purposely built to be there. It's a work of art.
Fantastic. Oh, Beastars. That's another one that I've watched.
I also have watched Beastars, and I've got all of the books.
That is one of the best examples of orange-blue morality that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I really like the world building.
It is weird.
It is weird.
So weird.
And it's weirder the further you get in.
Oh, yeah. Because I had liked it so well, I actually went and looked up some tropes and stuff, which is not something I normally do. And I was like, oh wow, that gets really fucky.
I mean, it's no less cool. It just,
Yeah.
I don't know how spoiler we're allowed to get on this thing.
All right.
As we talk about the Owl House.
Spaghetti.
Can't have her. She's mine.
Me some spaghetti, so I'm going to go ahead and pop off.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. As soon as I can actually get my phone to the right spot. It takes a minute for it to decide to allow me to actually see the correct thing. Alright, bye for reals.
Bye. Okay, working on the easiest part of this. The chain stitch to go around my neck.
Will you by chance let us see the knitting needles and the yarn that you were mentioning earlier?
Oh, for the shawl?
Yeah. For those of us who don't get to see crochet needles. Noodles.
I'll also pop in a photo of the crochet hook and the thread I'm working with. Okay.
Bonus content.
Stretching it out so you can see a little bit more of the shape that it's going to turn into, or that it's going to be. I'll drop this in Looky-Loos.
How does one learn to crochet?
There's a lot of tutorials on YouTube, or you can Google it. I learned from my grandmother. So,
our grandmother taught us to play solitaire and then would remorselessly beat us every single time. No prisoners taken. She would win every time.
Right.
It is unclear whether or not she cheated. We definitely tried to, but it didn't matter.
Yeah. And then I also have some pulling out the petals to show off how many I've managed to get 5 of them made. Okay. That's not bad. There, my hand for reference.
Oh, and those little ones are the petals?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It looks annoying, though.
Oh, it's gonna be. It's gonna be. fuck.
How many do you need?
I have no idea. I'm freehanding this.
I see.
Yeah. I decided to torture myself. I looked at this and thought, oh yeah, this will make me curse my entire life decisions. Let's do that.
So I assume they're getting attached to your shawl, correct?
Those are actually going to be like a necklace choker piece.
Ah.
Sort of like a lace collar. That the petals are going to get sewn on into like flower formations at various points.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm probably going to go more for like a cobweb style than a lace style so that there's more openings. Plus, you know, if I do it that way, I'll probably have to crochet less.
True. And it'll still look nice, so we'll never know.
Exactly.
Well, we'll know, but no one else has to.
Yeah. I'm probably also going to do a combination of black and red petals. So I could do black and red flowers.
Nice. Do you have an idea already of like the flower design you're going to use?
I'm probably going to go more rose style. Maybe a couple like not tulips, daisies, maybe. Or
Cool.
pansies.
I mean, it is April. Isn't that the time for daisies, if I'm not wrong?
I think. Heck if I know.
Right? Let me know if the wind gets to be too much. Like, it shakes my whole trailer, so.
Ah. Yeah. Hasn't been so far.
Good, good. Glad to hear.
Of course, I switched to the crocheting because the sound and feel of the metal knitting needles was starting to irritate me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, as I stated before, I finally verbalized, I finally put it into words, my issue that I have with metal knitting needles.
Yeah, didn't you say that earlier? Just that click-clack and the scrape of them together?
Yeah, like half of the time it's fine. I don't really mind. It doesn't matter. The other half of the time, that the entire like sensation of them being used, like the sound of the metal sliding against metal, the feel of it as I'm holding them,
Yeah.
or as they're scraping against each other, just makes me want to bite something until the sensation stops.
So you have to use like a different kind, like to use wooden ones, or?
Yeah, I prefer using bamboo ones. However, I went by the craft store today to get a set of circular needles so that I could continue with the shawl, and the only option they had was metal in the size that I needed. Yeah. They had
Just teases you.
About the size I needed. So I bought the metal ones because better have something to continue with it than be stuck waiting until I can find a set of wooden ones.
Right, you don't want to lose any motivation.
Exactly. And it's only sometimes that the issue with the metal knitting needles occurs.
Have you heard of sensory anxiety?
I'm not.
So it's usually there's something else that's bothering you, but like the little things are adding up until that's a great big thing. So you hyperfixate on one thing that's bothering you when it could be like for me the wind right now, or the cat's doing something in the background, or it's overstimulation basically.
Yeah, that sounds very familiar.
It happens to be at work because I'm a boss, so I have to take time and listen to people and stuff like that. But like for example, someone had a stroke the other day, like in the middle of the thing, and I had to be the person on 911. So I was like, all right, I handled that shit, and then I just needed to go to break, and take a break. But then my cashier was like, you need to listen to me for like 10 minutes. It's like, no, I'm on break. I need you to give me a break. Like, you saw that man having a stroke in there. I need to decompress for just a few minutes so I can be a nice person again.
Yeah.
That's very stressful. I didn't know that man, but I felt for that man.
Yeah. Okay. The nice thing about crochet, it's fairly easy to freehand stuff.
Nice. As long as you know how to make like the shapes and such.
Yeah. That bit I'll need to work out. I'll be learning as I go. Mainly right now I'm focusing on getting the chain long enough to have it at the right length to go around my neck. Because this is the choker part I'm working on.
So when you hand wash these things, like how delicate do you have to be?
This, I have no idea. This is my first time doing something delicate like this. When I crochet, I usually use much thicker yarn than this thread. So this is an entirely new thing. The only thing similar is the fact that it's technically using a crochet hook. It's technically the same thing, but in reality, there's a lot of different aspects.
Yeah.
But I'm finally getting the hang of the chain stitch with it. Because the hook is so small to get it to work with this, it keeps sliding out of the loop. Which is yet another reason why this is a learning curve for this.
Is it just patience and persistence?
Exactly. I am surrounded by a myriad of probably no less than a dozen half-finished or halfway started craft projects. That's not even counting the projects that I've just bought supplies for.
Sounds like my fanfics. I've got a million ideas, and I'm working on 2 right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like I'll eventually set this down, undoubtedly forget it for a couple months, and then pick it back up again. By which point I'll probably have a completely different idea for how I want it to look.
Or a new idea on how to put all those little petals together.
Yeah. That bit's gonna be fairly easy. It's just gonna be like a yarn needle and some yarn. Like a little tapestry needle and go through the little bit of excess yarn or thread, really, on it and sew it to the design. That bit I have a bit more experience with, so I'm not too worried about that. Why are you... Cat, why are you messing with the chopstick?
He's learning from the best.
There's not even any food on it. It's just a piece of wood. It's just a... Did you pick that up just to drop it on the floor?
He had to hear the sound it would make.
Yes, she did. And now they're rubbing up against me, trying to remind me that I love them.
You would never yell at them. They're angels.
Yeah, that's the word for them. Let's ignore the scratches I currently have on my leg from them.
That was
Because they
them.
were gummies in the middle of the night.
That was them yesterday. This is them today.
Yeah, that's not helping them much. Considering one of them tried to steal my food, the other just now has decided to cause chaos and drop everything off of the shelf that she's perched on.
There's not enough room for her. She's got to make some.
There is plenty of room. She walked over to that side. I love you. You're still sweeter than your sister. Yes, the one knocking things over is still sweeter than her sister. Her sister tried to steal my Frosty. Almost succeeded, too. Caught her with her little paw right in the cup. Right about to touch my Frosty.
She didn't mean to put her paw in the cup.
Oh, she knew exactly.
It just happened to be where she needed her paw to be.
Considering her reaction when I caught her, she knew damn well she wasn't supposed to be doing that.
Our cats aren't allowed on the counters, and one jumped up right next to my sister the other day while she was cooking. They had that moment of, oh yeah, panicked eye contact.
I got caught.
Got caught? Doing what?
Jumping on the counter where he's not supposed to be.
No.
Yeah.
Little shit.
Well, he wasn't so fucking fast, too.
One second. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I had to grab some extra randomness.
And
He doesn't just follow you around?
No, never.
That would be
Oh, you know what I should do? I should save.
Oh, yeah.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Me while I take some vitamins before I get back at it.
invigorating and vitamins.
Mm-hmm. I have to admit, I'm actually really annoyed with how his upper fingers look. Those are going to get fixed. Even
okay, you know what I was thinking?
What?
Right, you know he's got a mustache, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a spider leg, if you will, just curling around to touch
Oh,
his
yeah. A little bit. Mm.
Yeah.
It's very subtle here, mostly because I was undecided. Essentially, what I've determined when it comes to their hands is that it's not bone that's in there, but cartilage. And through whatever, processes that they as a race have, they can coax that cartilage into stretching, and of course coax the hand itself, the fingers or appendages. They can coax more appendages out. Basically, they can coax them to grow longer via the lengthening as well as adding of cartilage. So it's in my variation of everything. Yeah, they absolutely can have multiple joints up in there.
Jeez, I can just imagine one going around with, like, Slender Man fingers.
Right. But specifically in Osrin's case, because he's got the 2 extra long fingers hanging down the sides of his face, and then his fucking mustache fingers.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Now that you've said that, I'm probably going to make it a little bit more obvious that there's joints in there. Because, yeah, this is a Boiling Isles, and this is a hand demon. We got to make it look creepy.
Yeah.
Okay, where's my glove? There's my glove. Okay. Alright. First, though, I'm going to attack this shit, because it's annoying. You know what? Hold on, let me get a proper good right eraser for this. Just straight up. Gone. All of it, just gone. All of you, go away. Go away. Go away. Me.
Away with you! Away!
Away. Okay.
I'm really digging his eyes right now.
I know, right?
Just that little detail of the...
Yeah.
Which detail?
I know what it's called, but the little line there underneath his pupil.
Oh, this stuff?
Yeah.
Essentially, it's the muscle fibers or the muscle strands of the iris.
There's got to be a word for that. I know there is. I don't remember what it is.
When it's done like that, I do not know what the word is. Yeah, because this is more artistically rendered. But essentially, when you take a look at an iris, it's really just the gaps and the holes made by the way the strands are kind of just laying within the eye, basically. Whoops. Let me just do that randomly on a part that makes it make no sense.
I get you.
It's really
I'm blind as heck.
Pretty to look at. It just kind of does like random shit like this. And that's why most artists can get away with kind of like doing this and then like doing some of this, and then like putting some lighter bits in at the same time and just kind of like feathering it back and forth and stuff to then make it look like a cross section of an eye. But in some of them, but you get like gaps where the muscle has done like this number, where for some reason it's just like going in a circle. And it's basically that kind of shit that allows you to like do these little lines like this to like sort of denote that on an illustrative side of things.
It definitely gives it more depth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. His hood, though, seriously does annoy the shit out of me. Like, why is your hood like this? Why are you wearing your hood like that? And it's one of those things that like I didn't look close enough at before, so I didn't think about it. But now that I have to draw him, see, my brain is like has to be like, I need to understand how this shit works before I can draw it. And I'm like, bitch. And so this might be part of why I headcanon things as often as I do, is because I have to come to an understanding of how it works in order to either write it or draw it.
Back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Like, for example, what was it? At one point in another server, we made a joke about everyone being raccoons. Okay? And so me and the actual creator of the server, who is also an artist, were going to draw our raccoon doppelgangers. Okay? My issue is that I started becoming aware that the body of a raccoon is fairly different compared to what you see over top of it with the fur. And because my brain understands that that fur is an overlay and that the reality of the way that body looks and moves underneath that fur is very different, I could not draw a fucking raccoon. I kept trying and I kept failing.
That's rough.
Yeah. When your brain has a very specific malfunction that makes things look really good when they go in line with that malfunction, but when they don't align with that malfunction, well, sorry, never mind, it's just not happening today.
Yeah. Come on, cooperate.
So yeah, in line with the cartilage situation, this is basically the long ones, the cartilage becomes softer and elongated even though there are still joints, right? So basically it just kind of does this number, and they can actually like do the wiggle and shit because it's softer. It's soft cartilage, which doesn't make any fucking sense, I know. Shut up, leave me alone. But it does to my brain, and that's what allows it to work.
What's your theories on that finger dragon, whatever it was called? Princess?
The hand dragon?
Precious? What was its name?
Was it Precious? I think it was Precious.
It was Precious.
There we go.
I thought it was Princess, or it was either Precious or Princess.
Right? We're just gonna call her Precious.
I think it was Princess.
The coven decides it's the Precious Princess. How's that? I'm just kidding. Actually, I haven't thought enough about.
We can't make her the PB dragon. I'm trying to think of something else.
She can't be the PP dragon. Okay. Okay.
Precious.
I vote Precious. I vote call her
Alright.
Precious.
Yeah, gives off vaguely Gollum vibes, so I'm gonna go with Precious.
Yes, absolutely. I don't quite have any theories aside from the fact that the hand dragon is native to where the hand demons are also native. So, in other words, my thought process is the hand demons basically have claimed and or originated from, or whatever you want to call it, they are at the right hand, or sorry, the left hand. And that is their domain, more or less. And the hand dragon also exists there, as well as other hand-related things. So the question mark, of course, becomes, is there some sort of similarity between the hand dragon and the hand demons? In other words, like, are they, kind of like the difference between, like, tigers and house cats, right? Like, is the hand dragon, a demon as well, actually, but it went down a different path, kind of like you see with like the difference between like the actual house demons such as Hootie and other demons such as the hand demons or Faust or whatever, or is it like an entirely different thing where it's literally just an animal? So personally, I think it's just an animal, and because they both originated on the hand, they are both very hand-oriented creatures. However, that sort of brushes it aside a little bit. And one thing that you could also go along with to make it a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Less randomized, is that the hand dragons were specifically bred or created from other animals, using other animals or something to that effect, by the hand demons. And because they're all about hands, they basically created the hand dragon through selective breeding. Which, personally, I think I kind of like better, honestly. But it just, to each their own.
Well, I mean, the thing about selective breeding is you didn't have to even start out, on purpose.
Right. Could have been something that they just noticed and they're like, hey, you know what? I like this. Let's make it better.
Yeah. Their
version of better was hands and fingers everywhere. It's like, listen guys. We know that's kind of your thing, but you should probably calm down with that.
Yeah.
They probably really enjoy the face huggers from Alien. Probably really like those as house pets.
Right. It is the Boiling Isle. It's the stuff of nightmares. It's everyday.
Everyday occurrence. We have a theme here on the hand. Sorry. Yes. That.
Here on the hand.
You know what's really hilarious about that is I headcanon that the Dratane or Faust people are actually their lands are the foot and leg, the left foot going like all the way up to like the left knee, like all that is Dratane land, Dratane territory, which of course has literally nothing to do. Like, they aren't feet people, so it's just kind of one of those things that's kind of funny. Which, in my personal opinion is great. I'm really happy that's not how that came out, but it's still kind of funny. Though if we want to get like super deep into no, I'm just kidding. I mean, I can, but I'll be rambling all day.
You are, but you aren't.
I'm not kidding, but I am kidding. However, it does depend on the majority. We are majority rules here in this coven. What the fuck was that noise? Oh, okay. Sorry. The dog made a noise, and I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck are you doing? Luckily it was benign, but it didn't sound benign at the time. Wow, you're really loud today, buddy.
Sorry, we can't hear him.
I know you can't. But I can. It's basically this really loud, like, half grunt, half snort noise. I won't tell you what he's doing that is making him make that noise, but it's not as bad as it sounds, but it's directly related to how bad it sounds. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. Moving on. That's what your sleeves look like. Another thing that aggravates me about Osrin's freaking hood is the way his hand pokes out at the back, and I'm just like, what did you do? Is it buttoned? Like, I can't see back there. We don't ever get to see the back of your head, sir.
All the pictures of him, he just looks so done with it.
He really does, though, doesn't he? He's just like, can we get this over with already? Like, I am 77 years old. I would like to be gone. Excuse me.
Did you ever go back to Mason, or is he forsaken for the moment?
Oh no, I finished Mason. Hold on. He got finished. You should go back and watch that video, actually. It was great.
I'll go back.
It was the very last one, wasn't it? I think it was the last one. Where is he? Mason,
No,
get the
you're
fuck over
good.
here.
I'll
Nope.
go find it.
I'm gonna open him up. There he is. I hope you find that as hilarious as we found it that day, because we couldn't stop laughing. And yes, Lynn's husband managed to make a dick joke last 15 minutes. And not get old, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yes.
That is skill.
He is a very skilled individual, let me tell you what. He is extraordinarily talented, regardless of whether he chooses to accept it or not. But yes, this is Mason.
Nice.
I actually put his hat on a separate layer. Because really, in the 1950s, if a man is outside, he's going to be wearing a hat. And there's no way that Mason wouldn't be wearing his hat. But
Right.
I also just like this shot of Mason without his hat. Because look at him without his hat, man. It's even worse. This is what we were laughing about, is that he just looks like a refrigerator with a suit on. Because this is how they made suits back then. It's fucking glorious.
By putting him right next to Darius.
Say again?
You kind of set him up by putting him right next to Darius.
I know!
Yeah.
What can I say? Darius and Adrian, like...
Yeah.
And the funny part is, what Lynn kept saying is like, he, for this day and time, he would have quite honestly looked super fucking intimidating and like a total big shot, right? Like, he would have actually intimidated everyone around him. Whereas if you transport him here to here and now, we're all just gonna laugh our asses off because he looks like the Penguin. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
he's already wider than the average refrigerator.
right? It's just, God, Mason, fuck, you were born in the wrong time, bruh. It hurts my ribs. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Osrin now. Go back to OG Osrin. But yes, Mason is done. All the mafia bosses are done. Essentially, all the coven heads plus Faust and Bump are done. Now, I'm either going to work on lining and coloring those, or I'm going to work on the sketches of the other characters, such as Mayor Philip Woodabane, and his trusty nephew, who is his assistant, and Camilla and Co. with the kids who are helping in the cleaning, because it's a because she runs a cleaning company with Perry. So,
and then eventually you'll get around to Rain and Ida and them.
That's true. You know what? I should do them next.
Did you already do Bump?
I did.
Beautiful. Don't worry, I'm
gonna open it
here.
anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna open it anyway.
I'm sorry, I keep distracting you.
No, you're fine. That's the point. This is Bump right here. Basically, Faust, Bump, and Tara are on the same page.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I've seen it before, for sure. That was like the first one you did.
Yeah. I had to resize Bump again because I realized that I forgot to resize Bump again. As much as I realized how tall he actually was, I forgot to resize him appropriately to match the height that I realized he was, which is hilarious that I realized that without resizing him, and then realized later that I needed to resize him to make that appropriate. Anyway, that. All that. And a bag of chips. Boop. Alright. I forgot to post pictures of Mason, actually, now that I think about it. I also realized later that I forgot Darius' little soul patch thingy thing that he was going to have, which I don't know if he's still going to have, but if he does, it's not going to be too bad to add that in there.
Yeah.
But look at this sassy motherfucker. Look at this. Look at this sassy. Sassy.
Yeah.
Sassy man.
It is really blue.
All the personality.
What?
Look at all the personality.
I know. Fucking Adrian. Anyway. And I just love that they both wear heels. Like, both of them. Specifically women's heels. Because, fuck yeah. Who's gonna say anything? Who's gonna say anything to either of these two people? About the fact they're wearing women's heels. Adrian, the finest assassin that exists in the States at this moment in time that anyone is aware of, and fucking Darius's boyfriend who runs the No Conflict Zone Gentlemen's Club. Yeah, no one's gonna say anything to these two.
Yeah.
No one's gonna say shit to either.
They're all right.
Like,
Girl would say something.
mm-hmm. I mean, Tara can, though. Tara can get away with saying something.
Yeah. No one else.
Literally no one but Tara can get away with saying anything to either of them.
Yeah.
Mason's all just like, why do you let her do that? And they're like, she gets special privileges. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Alright. Back to this guy. I spent way more time on his face than I intended to spend on his face, which, you know, I should have known that was going to happen, because of course it was. Also, yes, Ida does have a gold tooth in the Mob vs. Law EU. I realize that no one actually asked that question, but I'm answering it anyway.
I mean, makes sense. They would have used gold probably back then anyway.
They absolutely used gold back then. You know who has a full fucking gold grill on both bottom and top teeth? Osrin.
I wonder why.
Gee. Yes. Osrin the Opulent. Wow, that rhymes. I totally didn't do that on purpose. I mean, it doesn't rhyme, but like that goes together. I didn't do that purposely. It just happened. Don't mind me getting distracted.
You're good.
So someone had an idea for the D&D campaign for the group with anyone who wanted to get in on that train needs to go into the gaming server. I feel like we're missing like a person who was interested, and I can't think right now who that would be. Because you're in there, Abigail. You're in there, Coyote. Farrell is in there. I didn't remember Psyche being interested, but Psyche is in there. Katie's in there. I swear there was like other people who were talking about wanting to do the thing. Aha! Emberlark needs to get in there somewhere. I think Emberlark was interested. But anyway, someone had an opening idea for a campaign, which is working for the Coven, or just the group. I don't know, however we want to do it. Working for Jareth, okay, the Goblin King, right? Jareth's Court of Fae, and investigating what happened to the village that supplied their mates per Agent Alliance.
Ooh.
Yeah. That does sound like an interesting idea.
That does.
You know, if anyone likes the idea. We don't even have anything organized really yet anyway. Did anyone even actually commit to being a DM? Like, we don't even have a DM. Don't worry, we're just going to be continuously plotting. That's what we'll be doing. That plotting channel is just going to have everything in it.
The fun stuff.
Yeah. And the RP channel, we just go nuts in that shit. I feel like I should remove his hand, his actual hand, in favor for showing his hand, his head hand fingers, all drooping down to the side here. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to remove that hand because I just spent all that time drawing it. Like, for example, there would be a knuckle right here, and then a knuckle right here, right? Don't mind me getting all distracted by what I'm doing and going quiet.
Hands are not easy. Unless they are.
They're both.
Okay, DoorDash it is.
DoorDash. Dashing of the doors.
Yep. No one-horse sleigh, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no. Too much, mess.
Horses are expensive.
You bet they are.
Absolutely.
Now, what do I want to eat?
Question of the year.
Yeah, all my stomach is telling me is food.
You're like,
That's
gee,
not
thanks.
Yeah.
I could have guessed that part.
If you could be a little bit clearer on the what type, that would be great.
Right?
Does that sound good? No.
Immediate no.
Nah, no. And here we get into the part where I sort of just say fuck it to like the cartoon design.
And substitute your own reality?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because in the cartoon design, his hood basically just sort of does this, right?
Yeah.
And then his hand is like down here, and I'm like, how? How is that supposed to work exactly? He does have a neck, correct? like, like,
I mean, it's possible.
like, God bless cartoons, but at the same time, it's just like, guys, this is why I could never be a cartoon artist. I have a hard enough time mimicking pre-existing designs. I remember when I made the mistake of going to a particular college that you know, everyone hated at the end of the day. Actually, it wasn't that one. There we go. I know that did some of it too, actually. But there was the whole like teaching you how to stylize things. And that's where you get like the whole experiment with shapes, you know, use cones and this and that and polygons and like all sorts of stuff and make characters. It's like basically what you see with like the Disney movies, kind of thing. Actually, Disney movies haven't been so bad lately with it, although they're kind of. But I think I wish there was a good one, a good example movie I could give. Potentially Hotel Transylvania might be a good example that I'm talking about, but like it's the kind where, you know, just greatly over exaggerating everything. Like for example, here's a dude's, you know what I mean, like, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like things like that where they're like, you need to greatly, you know, or like a muscle man is gonna look like this, and you know, or he's gonna have a big chin, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
And so like that kind of stuff just aggravates the crap out of me because because I'm just like, that's not how bodies work. It's not how it works. It's not the thing. That's not what it does.
Yeah.
And speaking of it's not the thing and not what it does, I have to go into the bottom layer now.
Oh, I could make that and that. Okay, nerd meal it is.
Nerd meal.
Fish sticks and custard.
Oh.
Okay.
Do the thing.
It's from a very specific... It's from Doctor Who.
Yes.
Did you just say Doctor Who?
Yes.
Yup.
Sweet.
Yeah.
My dad converted me into a Whovian.
Ah.
I haven't watched the whole show, but I am a fan of it.
Yeah, it's a good show. There is a lot, so I'm not... Don't strain yourself trying to watch it. Well,
I mean, that thing's been on for like a century or some shit, hasn't it? Like
over
75
50
years, 50.
roughly.
Yeah.
It's about as old as my dad.
Yeah.
So like 57 years.
I think
We're almost
started
60.
in the 60s. Yeah.
Yeah, the 60th anniversary's coming up.
Yup.
And Catherine Tate's gonna be on the anniversary special.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, there was a really funny skit my parents showed me where David Tennant played a English teacher, and Catherine Tate played a student, and she was being all annoying and shit. She was like, "Sir, are you a doctor?"
Beautiful.
I have to find it.
Yeah, you need to share that with us if you can find it.
David Tennant.
See, like, no matter what I do, I can't seem to get away from this particular, like,
Here we
wrinkling of
go.
the hood. I tried, and I just can't. Share it.
Found it.
Alright.
Woman putting on a fake mustache to pretend to be a man. It's like, oh no, young fella, I am definitely not your aunt. I am your old Uncle Lucifer. Others.
I mean, honestly, yeah, that sounds about right for the monologue.
You can trust me, I'm science.
You can trust me, I'm science. That's a good one.
You definitely didn't fuck this chihuahua. Anyway. Honey, where's Buddy?
I shared the D&D, the opening D&D idea.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. It was met with nods of approval.
Yup.
Immediately it started like cutting out. I mean, we caught the nods of approval part, but it was like immediately it's like
There was
Is that it was met with nods of approval. That's all I said.
neato.
Yeah, I didn't even tell Jenny the idea.
No, you fucking didn't. So I was unaware of this.
Back to...
You did. You snuck behind my back and were like, nah, bruh.
Nah, bruh.
Okay.
Hey, bruh. What's up, bruh? What's up, bruh? Oh, wow, we're doing this one.
I don't hate it, but I feel like it could be better.
Sorry, it was an opening idea.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, Osrin, goober.
I was really confused there for a second, too.
Yeah. The darkness of the face makes it look more feminine than the depiction is normally.
The what of the face?
The narrowness of it.
Oh, well, he's got a narrow jaw, though. He's got a really long, narrow jaw.
I think his jaw is actually, well, I would say for me, he's got a narrow jaw, but it's very rounded. At least on the Wikipedia picture. That might, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I don't necessarily mind him looking somewhat feminine. I just feel like something's not right, and it's probably the translation of this character design into the way I draw things.
Your style, yeah.
Yeah.
For comedic style.
Understood. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, I'm just remembering the one of the other tomato sauce dubs for Amphibia.
Mm-hmm.
It was for the season 2 finale, and there was a scene in the season 2 finale where Andrea was like on the floor roaring because he's the like lizard creature, and in the dub he was like wah 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 wah
Wah wah wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah 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 wah.
Oh god, what have I done?
It turned us into Wawas.
Into the Wawas.
Speaking of Wawa, I need a drink of water.
Have undiagnosed ADHD, and some of which have diagnosed ADHD. Now they're just
peer reviewed.
Did you say peer reviewed?
Yes, I have peer reviewed ADHD.
It just means you've had multiple people examine, and so you've gotten a second opinion, is what you're saying.
Yes, I have all the second opinions of my friends. No actual doctor yet.
I have diagnosed ADHD, and I'm pretty sure I have undiagnosed autism.
Probably.
Same.
My parents are thinking of getting me tested.
Yeah, that seems to be that's kind of a...
Just maybe. They'll stop thinking The Good Doctor and Rain Man are good representation.
Say what?
They think Rain Man and The Good Doctor are good autistic representation.
The Good Doctor is in, like, Doctor Who, or what are we talking about?
Oh, no.
No,
This
it's
is
a
a
show.
medical doctor.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an actual show called The Good Doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you knew what that was. My bad.
Yeah, and Rain Man, that's a whole other can of beans. It was the neurotypical savior cliche.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Definitely neurotypical. Definitely.
And it also infantilized the autistic character and made it all about the neurotypical character, played by Tom Cruise, no less.
Oh, lovely.
Well, I mean,
And this movie won an Oscar.
well, I mean, the thing is, you have to remember is that a lot of people don't recognize that there is a huge swathe of different activities and reactions and non-verbal or low verbal or low functioning people are not necessarily, childlike, but sometimes they are, or they're not necessarily unintelligent, where sometimes they are, but that's because that's just a thing that humans are. Sometimes people are stupid.
Yeah.
You gotta be
childish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I just think that movie is a little outdated, and it's pretty much a stereotype by now.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be outdated.
The leaps and bounds of artistic understanding has progressed how far now?
Yeah.
It's the one that also inspired Sia to make music. The movie music, not her own music. Ugh. It's the one that inspired Sia to make that one movie.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about, but then again, I live under a rock.
Yeah, me either.
It's best you don't know. I won't go any further.
You can type it if you'd rather.
Do you really want to know?
Kinda, actually.
I'm starting to get the feeling that you don't really want us to know.
Okay.
It be mysterious.
I'll talk about it.
We will put out. You don't have to.
Okay, we will bite. We will absolutely bite that hook that you just tossed in the water there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your lure is awful shiny.
Right?
Just don't want to play coy. I'm done dating.
Yeah, he got me.
I'm past the mind games. Shit, or get off the pot.
That particular phrase just always gets me.
I know, because oh my god, it's just so insensitive to the constipated.
DW.
DW, for the right price, he'll rub you. But
Welcome to the stream, folks.
Congratulations.
I feel bad every time I'm coming onto the stream here because it's like I'm lowering the property values.
I don't know. It's pretty entertaining.
Right? The fucking 5-minute dick joke he told.
You mean the 15-minute dick joke that I totally just talked about before you guys got here?
That's hilarious. You guys were just talking about
not
that?
Not just before you got on, but like shortly before you got on, I mentioned it, yes.
That is hilarious.
Because Coyote had asked if I finished Lord Chode, as he just said so eloquently. And I showed that off and started laughing again because, yes.
Haha, I stole his name.
What even... Oh.
Or Cho didn't choose the Coke Can Life. The Coke Can Life chose him.
Are you taking a deep breath because of the things being written or because of the things he just said?
What he said. What he just said. We're in the middle of a TFO, so I can't read the things that are
fighting
being written.
space magic stuff, and I'm saying silliness.
Yeah, we're playing in the space communism, so...
Yeah. It's a capitalist nightmare with Hollywood.
The capitalist nightmare space communism? Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, so essentially what that joke is about is, you know how, like, essentially one of the kind of major tenets of Star Trek itself, the actual show, is that they've kind of evolved past money.
I mean, basically the premise of the show in the most gentle way possible is gay space communism, which is fantastic because it's like, shit, they have healthcare.
Yeah.
Play this game and it's monetized as fuck, and it's like, you bastards.
Yeah, it is so monetized. It is monetized.
Rape the corpse of Gene Roddenberry. You can at least kiss him first, you creepy bastards.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, I'm sitting there playing the fuck out of it, have soaked a couple $100 in because I'm a whore!
Once again, if you pay him enough, he'll rub you right.
You say it sounds salacious.
I know, right?
I made it an innocent rubbing. You just made it dirty.
It makes me sound like I'm your pimp.
I mean...
Oh, I handle you quite frequently, thank you very much.
That's not what I meant.
I know. You say that like I care, sweetheart.
Yeah, the idea that I had for the Harpy D&D idea thingy premise was kind of a reverse princess thing of, you know, the Harpy chicks going, who the fuck stole our mates? We have an agreement with that village to get laid. You have to figure out why tribute didn't show up.
Why didn't the tribute show up?
And this tribute, by the way, are folks of breedable age who competed for the honor. They're all missing. So you have to go find who stole your cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
It's my cheesecake, damn it.
There is only one actual issue with that.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, cool.
Issue? Well, I understand that normal heartbeats eat people.
No, it's the Frost issue.
What?
Who says Frost is there?
Frost isn't there. I'm talking about some of the other people who'd be playing.
No, the thing is harpies, if you're trying to breed, you could just have the dude as like a toy and then go back to your normal harpy squeeze.
Okay.
Lesbians want kids too sometimes. Especially if you don't have to go through the labor pains, you just pop out an egg.
I mean, you know, that would make it a lot easier.
Or hell, egg. Maybe she could be finding her sister's missing mate. Jeez, woman.
Okie dokie.
It's not my job to make this work for you.
Okay.
The base thing of D&D is you have to come up with the reason why your character's involved.
Why are we here?
I mean, I give you the premise. If you agree to the premise, you can't just sit there and say, well, my character's a lone wolf who will never work with these people. Well, then fuck you. Go away.
It's just like, well, why are you here then?
That was always the worst part about online gaming.
Someone was saying something while you were talking, Lynn, and I have no idea who.
That was me.
What were you saying?
I said, who knows? Your character could be bored as fuck and just wants to see what it's like to try and alleviate the boredom.
Right?
Yeah. Now, when you say online gaming, do you mean online D&D?
I mean forum. No, the thing that always used to get to me about like forum-based text-based roleplay was you got so many people who were like, my character's a lone wolf and he sits alone in the corner. Like, it's like...
And they just sit there and drink in the bar the whole time while shit's going on.
They drink in the corner of the bar, and you're like...
And then you get mad that no one wants to come over and say, oh my god, you're so cool, ooh, what's this?
At least play with quarters or something.
Right? Well, and like, the way that always ends up to go is like... This bar is nothing but corners. How many sides does this bar have? This many
start
people.
hitting yourself now.
So this many people can fucking sit in the goddamn corner.
How many of y'all are in timeout?
Yeah.
God damn, what did you do?
4 people in the corner.
Honestly, what I would do is
This
I would have
pattern
a
is a
bar
fucking nightmare.
be made decahedron that had just tons of corners. And the bar would be called Bar Daddy. And anyone who said he was in the corner, he'd come over and say, don't worry, you can leave in a few minutes. Your punishment will be over then. That way they have to make the choice of stay in the corner and brood or obey Daddy. Or not obey Daddy. Participate.
Oh, my cat's coming in!
That hurt my chest. Oh gosh, okay. Anyway. I don't remember what I was doing now. Oh yeah.
Our Daddy takes no shit.
Osrin.
Osrin, otherwise known as Bar Daddy. And back in the day, we did sodomy so hard you had to grip a tree. And you were grateful for it.
The voice.
That's how I became a Republican. Give me your rights, they're mine. Those rights, they're mine too. Your rights, your wrongs. I did them better.
Honey, please don't cause
This thing
my...
right here, I used to inject peanut butter, crunch peanut butter, maybe not.
Please don't kill my friends, honey.
Fuck squirrel both ways killed in the snow. That's how hard my schooling was. Drove me nuts.
As if the crunchy peanut butter didn't do it well enough.
It's too salty.
Ow.
In contact with
My stomach.
my name's Osrin, and I approve this message. Vote for me for public library.
Oh my god.
That sounds like that actually sounds like a good Osrin voice.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll have to know back in my day, sodomy required 2 steps.
Up the Oracle one, right?
Yeah.
I'm being stuck.
Yes, he is.
Huh?
Yes,
Carmen
Osrin is the
is-
Oracle one.
Okay, thank you.
I see much sodomy in your future, young one. Hopefully you
Looks
bring
like an old man.
Hit you like a jet.
I mean, he
Oh,
kind of
wait.
is.
Osrin is an old man.
I think everyone is. No, there's not like anything really confirming or denying his actual age. Everyone just sort of kind of
He looks
headcanons
like
him
one.
being like.
Have you done
Everyone
Fry
sort of
Young
just
Man
headcanons him and
before?
Tara being in the same generation. So for me, anyway, that puts them mid 70s.
Yeah, but I hope he's not as cruel as Tara. I bet she held on to that position for a long time, absolutely refusing to pass down that power.
I'll tell
And
you
that's
one
why
thing,
she's
that
the
Tara
oldest.
woman gets by a grip.
Probably.
Yeah.
Grabs your nuts, you squeeze, she goes up 2 octaves. My voice used to be deeper.
Heck, Tara was around when Belos first became emperor.
To be fair, we actually don't know that. We know how old she is, but I mean, we don't know she was a coven head or like involved
Oh, I don't mean
in
a coven
at that
head.
time.
I mean like.
Oh, just mean how old she is? Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no way she wasn't.
She was like Bellows came into power around 50 years ago, and Terra's a lot older than 50.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she was basically a kid before Bellows came into power.
Yeah, depending on which headcanon or which fan fiction or whatever you ascribe to, she would have been, at the very least a young adult. In mine, she was 25 when he became emperor.
It makes sense.
So
even in canon, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Coven head, I wouldn't trust that woman's mouth near anything.
Same.
It wouldn't stop you.
Well, I don't know why they call him Bellows, because he squeezes when he screams when you squeeze his nuts.
He's crusty.
I like how you almost didn't get that one out.
He's crusty.
Because he's crusty? He's Bellows because he's crusty?
Both Terra and Bellows are crusty.
All right, it's not a clown.
The only thing I like about Terra is her voice actor.
Oh yeah, no, that's fantastic.
There was a stream, I don't know if you saw it, but there was a Streamily signing where Terra's voice actor was involved. And
cool.
She apparently owns a lot of pets, including snakes.
Oh, well that's awesome.
Yep. And she's pretty.
Sounds like a kid on a bad weekend.
Oh, she is, yeah.
I think it was Dorian something.
I'd have to look it up, I don't know, but yeah,
Oh my
I like
God,
her a
another
lot.
good voice for Osrin.
She was in one of the Walking Dead.
Get some books and get some knowledge, and then define the future or some shit.
You wait, hold on just a second. What post did you tag me in saying that, Farrell?
Oh, Deborah Wilson.
I don't remember that.
You can't be the only one who sees Osrin, an alternate Osrin voice as Cartman. I can't be the only one.
Are you sure?
Respect our divinations.
I don't remember that one. If for some reason, Farrell, I remember the one where someone had the idea that where someone else other than me made the connection between Bellows and what the fuck was that priest guy's name from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. What was his name?
Frollo.
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 Yeah, Frollo.
Yeah, I remember you tagging me in that one, and I was and someone said that Terra would look great in Esmeralda getup, but
Good.
Esmeralda's way nicer.
my version of Terra, anyway.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay,
You are absolutely correct when it comes to canon Terra, as far as we know. Yeah, she's
Esmeralda's an angel.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of worried because the base Terra, imagining her and Esmeralda be like kind of like I don't know, Yzma trying to dress like a teeny bop.
Well, it also depends on what age. She looked good when, it depends. Like, are we talking about, 75-year-old Terra, or are we talking about 45-year-old Terra? Because 45-year-old Terra and Them's the Breaks kids looked pretty good. So...
I'll admit, when I imagine it, Terra in an Esmeralda outfit actually doesn't sound so bad.
Please show where.
Yeah, to each their own. Personally, I don't think it sounds bad, but regardless of her age. But, I mean, yeah.
She was hot at the time.
And another thing too is, at the very least, okay, if we're going with canon 75-year-old Terra, okay, if we for some reason decided we wanted to put her in an Esmeralda getup, there's a corset there, so that helps things. But we're talking about my version of Terra, where she's basically, spends any free time she has dancing as long as she can, then she doesn't need the corset. But either way, yeah, either it's one of those things where either she's gonna look great or she's gonna look like she did when she dressed up in Ida's dress in For the Future. One or the other.
I mean, like I said, crazy eyes, but
It's just reeking of Karen skinny bitch energy to me. So
I guess
Sarah's not only a Karen, she's a Susan. Or Linda, whatever.
Let me look.
She'd be the type to not leave until you give her a discount at the store.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Like, get me your manager!
She does it like she stuck her head up for his ass.
I see what you're talking about, by the way. I see that. I've clicked the post, by the way. Feral. Did I not say anything to this? What the fuck? Did my brain just, like, forget about seriously, I remember it now that you sent it to me, but, like, I had no memory of this until you did. What the hell? Brain?
Come to think of it, in canon or AU or otherwise.
No,
No, I'm
sorry, I'm two conversations at the same time. I was talking to Feral while you were talking. Please continue.
Okay, sorry. How would Velos react if Terra, in some situation, confessed her love to him?
Okay. The answer to this question depends heavily on if we're trying to go on canon or if we're trying to go on someone's AU or fan canon.
Canon, he'd probably barf. I'm kidding.
In canon, okay, so in canon I'm sure he would want to barf because she's a witch, but he would probably use that to his advantage. He's a
That's
grade A
true.
manipulator. So if he thought she was serious, he would find a way to turn it around and use it to his own benefit. That would include pretending that he feels the same, or whatever the case may be. Like, he absolutely would do that.
That is very true.
But being who he is in canon and what he stands for, specifically in canon, he absolutely would not have any actual reciprocation for that. I'm sure.
He's got a stick up his ass.
He's also undead. So in a way, he may be divorced from the chemicals that would allow you to feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever the hell he is like some form of undead. He's sustaining himself off stolen life force. He probably doesn't even feel those kind of emotions anymore.
Yeah. That, and also he's too prejudiced.
Yeah, he was way too prejudiced before that, but yeah.
Funny, the hate is probably all he can hold on to as an actual feelable emotion. I mean, he is a corpse. There's a lot of butteriness that comes with the chemicals in your brain that allows you to feel love and things like that. Mm-hmm. It's strange how much of our body, how much of our emotions that we ascribe to spirit is literally brain chemicals. You'll have people that'll go into a coma and come out after a traumatic head injury and have all their memories, but do not feel the same anymore because something just dramatically changed. So, I mean, if we're wanting to ascribe anything to him, he probably can only hold on to his prejudice. He doesn't have the stirring of a living heart.
Yep. Zombie.
Zambambo.
Zombie with a working brain.
Short, he's not a good person.
I mean, if you're in the necrophilia, you'll pretend all you want.
Well, and not to mention, he's kind of an ooze now.
Yeah, he's not.
He's kind of a lich ooze. Yeah. So, like, that's
now, here's a weird thing.
Pretty gross.
What if Terra had an attraction to him, not was romantic, but was predatory because of the plant in her, and he's compost?
Oh, I kind of like that. And we had seen,
and she doesn't necessarily know why she has these weird thoughts around him.
These weird predatory, like, attraction, but not attraction, because it's like this, I want to get him. And she's like, but why do I want to get him? He's kind of gross. But she's like, but I want to get him.
Something about him smells good, and I don't know if it's me or the plant in my head.
Yeah.
The plant in my... Oh, God, wait.
It's plot twist. It's both.
I'm sorry. Y'all just made me think of the fucking okay.
Oh no, she's going gaspy.
I don't know. I do not know in canon how connected that fucking flower is to her, but I know in my in my fan canon how fucking connected that flower is to her.
Stupid fly.
Oh,
Fly just flew in my face.
Of her power, it could just simply be, whatever the hell you have going on. I mean.
Okay, what you may not have, you probably haven't seen it. The flower on her head, okay, is literally connected to her. It actually feeds off of her. It feeds off of her blood. Like it's connected via like veins and filaments and shit. I drew it. I'm gonna open it because it's because we're talking about it at this point. But the point is, because of how connected it is to her, like quite literally, like it is the only reason it's alive is because it feeds off of her blood. Everything that you just said is you see what I'm trying to get at here? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it makes such sense.
Literally, the fucking flower is just like, I want to eat that, and she's just like, ew. Why do I have this weird attraction to Bellows right now?
Yeah, on some level, some of the instincts might be hard to distinguish from her to it. So it might be having an attraction to him because it's like, I smell compost, and she's not picking up on it.
She just
interprets it as, do I have a thing for Bellows? And then she gets around him and realizes she can't stop staring at him.
Can't say.
Can you imagine? It's Tara who's weirding Bellows out at this point, and he's just like, "What the fuck is wrong with this bitch?"
Well, and in canon, it seems to me that might actually kind of freak him out on a low-key way if he like actually started to recognize she seemed to have some sort of affinity for him, because he killed his brother over his brother falling for a fucking witch. Yeah. And now there's this witch who's tempting him, air quotes, question mark. And he's like,
and then the creeping horror that he realized that it's the plant that's after him.
Yeah.
And that kind of triggers some primal survival instincts of, oh dear.
Oh dear, that thing wants me to be compost.
And a plant that might be able to actually destroy him.
I'm reading the response my parents made to me telling them I'm on the call, and they said, "Oh, don't worry, we weren't yelling for you. Dad's just worrying about the cat. Dad's just chasing the cats around and wondering why they don't love him anymore." He's really attached to the kitties.
Oh, sounds like it.
Oh, and I don't mean like he's attacking them. He's calling out to them.
He's requesting love and affection from them.
Yeah.
Love
like
and affection. Sorry.
Different type of foot.
I always channel my inner Rose Dawson whenever I ask for the cats to come back to me. Then when Jasmine jumps off my lap or off the bed, I'm like, come back.
Come back. Kitty, come back. Kitty, you are I just realized on the stream I've literally had nothing except for like this continuous shot of Ozrin on the stream. I haven't been drawing because I've been laughing too fucking hard. Sorry, guys.
This is This is one of the reasons why I don't always jump in, is because my husband's furious, but distractingly so.
I think another reason why I stopped is because I'm questioning exactly how I want to do this. Because of his robes.
Back and forth shots, like we're just like deep in thought. Dun 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 dun
dun dun.
I wonder if Bellows is compost safe.
I'm sorry. Compost. All right. Anyway.
If Jimmy cracks corn and no one cares, why does he keep doing it?
Because he can.
If I crap out one more diamond, I'll be rich.
Don't mind me, I'm just mapping out how I think his clothes would look now that I've made alterations to his fucking everything.
Little do the viewers know, I'm naked below this picture.
Wee, I'm naked.
I'm free balling. Going commando.
Little do they know that I'm freeballing, and largely because,
My nipples
well,
are muy delecto.
largely because it's a pain in the ass to try and put on underpants when you have a tail.
Let me tell you, back in my day, the sodomy was extra hard.
Hard.
Times to get stop them before they got me, I had to use my own tail to stop up and say, "Ha occupied."
Okay, dear. That's enough
Lucy
out of you.
here.
What happened?
Lucy, my other cat, is here.
Oh,
the
yay.
Tuxie.
These women,
Whoever hasn't seen it needs to look and see what Farrell just wrote.
Okay, I'll go.
oh god, I just realized he had another little shower thought there. He looks like he's having shower thoughts without the shower.
I can't tell
Tara,
if
if it's Osrin.
And I pick,
Fellas,
I'll do both.
And I pick Tara. I'll do both.
I'll do both. Oh, good grief.
That's
Meanwhile, Osrin's going there. I wonder if these ladies realize I can finger them with my head.
I had been trying to avoid talking about that particular bit that would happen in my brain. Thank you for saying it out loud, my love.
My head can wiggle its toes.
Okay, I'm seeing the reference pic for Osrin. That is definitely an old geezer.
Yeah, he's definitely older.
I'm 70 years young. Amongst my people, I'm a toddler.
But since he looks more like a demon than a witch, I'm assuming he just ages differently.
Yeah, and that's
Maybe.
a good question. We actually don't know if the demon, excuse me. Aside from King, we don't know how the other demons age. Of course, King is a Titan, not a demon, so that's even worse to use as a comparison, quite frankly. We don't know how the demons age. We don't know if they have the same aging principles as the witches do, and therefore the humans, since the witches age at a similar rate to humans. So for all we know, Osrin could be 400 years old. There's just no telling.
In my personal opinion, I think, well, okay, not personal opinion, but I think King ages just about the same way as, like, human babies, or just about the same way as humans and witches, because he's, what, 8 years old? He's still small.
Yeah.
He's still small. So it might not change
And then
that.
it probably slows down as he gets older.
Yeah. Because
Well,
he's still the same size as he was when he was a baby, just with the bigger head.
well,
Okay, not a bigger head, but you get my point. He's still the same size.
it does actually grow over the course of the show.
Oh, I know that. So the horns get longer.
But when you think about the fact that that is over the course of a summer, that is a pretty,
it's a growth.
pretty stark growth spurt.
Yeah.
Then you also have to remember that the Titan was alive when his egg was placed in the tower.
True.
So he ages, I believe, relative to his mental stimulation.
Oh.
That's the only thing that makes any kind of sense, is that he must age according to how his brain is being interacted with.
So-
Because
Essentially, like being a transdimensional being, age for them is a muscle. You have to flex it for it to grow.
yes, so because like the egg existed for millennia.
However long it took for the demons and the witches to, quote, evolve off of the body,
Yeah, because the body has been, like, even if, shortly before Bellos arrives in the Isles, which I believe is like 500 years ago?
Roughly, yeah.
As Philip, even if what's going on is they've only been there for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, maybe even 50 years, because they didn't actually evolve from the Titan. They traveled there, and the information has been tainted, corrupted, removed, whatever. Okay. Bellos shows up. When Bellos shows up, King's egg is in that tower. Which means King's egg was something like 500 plus years old when he hatched, when he was found. And then the lack of it seems as though the lack of interaction was stunting him, because he does a little bit of talking, but he acts very much so like a puppy or kitten when Ida finds him. And then over the course of time that seems to have been a reasonably short-ish period of time, maybe only a few years, I don't remember if Ida says anything about how long she's had him, but he is not. Hello, yes, you found your F-bomb, thank you. Please put it down and stop yelling at me. Thank you. But he very clearly, with more interaction, more social stimulation, seems to, once he has more than just Ida, his interactions have, doubled and tripled. And his growth speeds up pretty clearly. Like, it's pretty clear that she's had him for a while. Not necessarily a super short period of time, but when we see her, she looks a little younger. And it's before she fixes up the owl house and all that jazz. So it really seems to me like, according to the information available, King's development is directly tied to his mental stimulation. Which would make sense for a creature that, while there are other Titans around, you could, probably part of the reason why his parent took him away and put him somewhere different was not just to protect him, but to make it so that he wouldn't age super fast by having all of that interaction, and therefore he could kind of outlast the problem.
The problem being the Titan Trappers.
The Titan Trappers, and he would be hidden for longer if he was smaller. Obviously, when you're a ginormous fucking Titan, that definitely paints a lot more of a target on you, because you can be seen from a distance. So,
a random thought.
Hi.
What is you're a known thought, you're not random. What's the source of the boiling the ocean?
We don't know. That's not gone into in the story.
Has anyone considered that it could be a still living organ of a Titan deep in the water? I mean, once you get to creatures that change reality by their existence and their organs.
Yeah. That doesn't...
It would also lead to there being a long-lasting supply of Titan blood, even though they're running out of it, I think they were. Or something to that effect.
Well, they don't have a ready access... They don't have ready access to actual Titan's blood. But the magic does not seem to be dwindling.
Yeah. So I would think that the heart may be still beating beneath the ocean somewhere deep.
Oh no, the heart is not in the ocean. We know where the heart is. The Bellos has the heart in the throne room.
No, he needs a different Titan.
Oh.
What he's saying is.
Well, it could be. It doesn't have to be a Titan. It doesn't have to be the heart. It could be like a different organ.
Yeah.
Hell, just some blood-rich organ.
Liver.
Yeah. Could just be down there leaking trace amounts of blood, which keeps the magic going.
Only thing that I would kind of point out is that all water in this area boils, so the rain is boiling as well. Not just the ocean.
The blood contamination could contaminate it as vapor too.
Okay.
The magic is suffusing the goddamn land.
Yeah. Enough so that the creatures that live on it have to have a separate, the otherwise relatively human creatures that live on it seem to have a separate organ, much like the appendix.
A literal benign tumor.
Yeah. To filter that shit out.
Yeah.
So.
You're talking about the bile sac?
The bile sac. Because the bile sac is effectively... Because, what... The one credible idea I have heard for why we have an appendix is that the appendix was originally made to help filter dirt and mineral out of, excess dirt and stuff like that out of our GI tract. But since we don't have a bunch of dirt in our food anymore, they have become, as we have gotten less and less dirt in our food, it has become more and more a vestigial thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which, on that same thought, you could effectively claim that that the bile sac is much like our appendix theoretically would have been. It is a thing that filters out of their blood the excess Titan blood, which, with Titan blood being in the water and all water, it would make sense that they would need that because everything they eat, drink, and breathe might have Titan blood in it, and so then their body would need to filter that out. As opposed to producing magic, they are filtering magic from their blood.
Hell, have we established the exact number of organs that the Titans have?
No.
No.
Or all we know there's a second heart.
Yeah, we have very little information.
Next to none. They didn't get a chance to explore that in show, yeah.
Honestly, a lot of world building got kind of short-circuited.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hi, kitty. That is claws in my sternum. Do you fucking mind, sir? Not that I don't already know the answer. The answer is no, he never minds. Yeah, that's a very interesting thingy thing, babe.
Yes. Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
We're purring.
Well, I just saw some cute art.
Oh, yeah?
Huh?
Hang on. I will drop it in gallery and then drop it in the general voice chat. There we go.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too. It's so cute.
Normal rain in the public clothes is so funny to me.
Also adorable because the clothes really don't look all that bad.
Yeah, true. They do look like something out of Wonderland, though. Like Alice in Wonderland. They look like they work for the Queen of Hearts.
Wee bit, yeah.
Come to think of it, imagine if Bellos... I can't decide if Bellos or Terra would make a good King/Queen of Hearts in an Alice in Wonderland AU, because both of them seem the type to shout, "Off with their head!"
Right. That is a good question.
More, Terra is outwardly more crazy, like the Queen of Hearts, while Belos is more subtle. Terra's the Queen of Hearts for sure.
I kind of see subtle short one.
Oh, Kikimora!
I see Kikimora as more of a Queen of Hearts type of character.
Well, that's definitely true, especially with the anger issues.
Yeah, that's actually a very good thought, babe. I do kind of like that.
Media literacy for the win.
Yay!
I just now thought of this, and I don't know why I didn't ask this question when you first fucking said it, Abigail. Where the heck did you order fish sticks and custard from?
Oh, making them. I ordered frozen fish and the stuff to make it.
Okay, because I remembered you saying you were going to do DoorDash, and then you said that, and then I was just kind of like, oh, neat, and then I was just like, wait a minute.
Where the heck? DoorDash?
No, I'm making them.
Okay.
Fun fact, boys and girls, the way that you age an Osram is you cut off a toe and measure the ring.
Can you imagine that?
Oh my gosh.
Lucy.
Why would you want to imagine that, you weirdo?
Like, I can totally see something like that with, like, obviously with, like, a treant or something like that. That's so mean.
You're a kitty. You're a
Meanwhile,
good
the tree
kitty.
is your house.
I have a good kitty laying next to me.
Good.
Oh, I keep forgetting that. Yeah, I forgot that yesterday.
It's the floofy one.
Yeah.
Oh, the floof.
Yeah, I did.
She's purring. She's purring.
Ooh, yay.
It was like me. Actually, I think part of the reason I forgot was because...
Yeah, you good?
The answer is no.
Did you stub your toe again?
Yes.
You like penis coladas?
He totally stubbed his toe again.
Okay.
He come back!
We could do Skelly Bros.
I scared her.
Yeah, I we're a good spot for Skelly
Time to
Bros.
fight the skeletons. Want a bone?
Lord.
Wow.
Lucy!
The funny thing is once we get... Have you checked your jury?
He emailed me the other day.
That he's ready or not?
No, it's not ready yet. He was asking for clarification on something.
Okay. Because I have a commission. I'm trying to decide. I am going to commission Shay.
Ooh.
I'm going to do that.
Ooh.
Really. You'll be my saucy art whore.
I mean, have you seen some of the saucy art that I do?
Yeah, I have eyes.
Sorry. Please continue.
But I'm actually torn between whether or not I would get art of Corvus, which would be awesome, or if I would get art of Bobby, the design I gave him.
Yeah, the new idea for him. Yeah.
Eat your food.
Oh yeah. Probably should do that at some point in time.
Are you talking about eating food? Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
No, I'm talking about like her character eating their food because it increases their stats, which increases their damage, which will make this go faster. What she's trying to do right now.
Thirsty.
If you want, honey, you can hand it here. I'll tear through it because there's other spawn points for the skeletons.
I'm fine, babe. I can do it.
Go slow hurts me.
Lol.
I'm staring off into the distance, going, and here's my faithful assistant hand job. Oh wait, that's younger me. Wait, that way.
Boy, could I whack one out. In my day.
Oh, good.
Aren't you just
Bad timing, Central.
Yeah. Generally speaking.
I gotta start getting ready. I need to start getting ready to turn in for the night. So goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. Oh, damn, that was fast. Okay.
Bye. Bye. Bonk. Okay. Goodbye.
Okay. This is.
Oh, it's your ankle. Okay.
Skelly Bros.
Skelly Bros.
The shaft. I can work the shaft.
Bye, baby bitch. uh,
You don't fit under there anymore.
mm-hmm.
She tries to fit under the couch, but she's getting too fat.
Aw.
The lesbian harpies, or larpies as we'll call them, could be helping their sister, or maybe one of the other players who is into that be the sister that she's helping out, because god damn it, you were expecting an egg this year and she wanted to be an aunt.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there you go, thinking plot.
Yay!
As to why the larpy gives a shit.
Yay! Come on.
Hell, she might say, you know what, I'm not here to fuck them, but they're ours, and, you know, property, god damn it.
Yeah, that too. That's always a thing as well.
Be an affront to the honor, it's like...
Leave our things alone. Kind of thing.
They're willing, they're participating, we made a deal, we're not going to eat them, god damn it, we're good harpies.
Or, you know, fuck them and then donate their egg to somebody else.
Yeah, that too. You know, there's a ton of different ways that can go.
I figure as a base plot that kind of keeps the harpy lore without twist it just enough so you're not necessarily being violent, cannibalistic psychopaths. Unless you have to include that.
I reasonably prefer not to be a cannibal part. Violent psychopath is fine. I've done that. I can play that. I just don't like the cannibal part.
Cannibals? Nah. Psychopath? Sure.
I'm straight. I am a picky eater, you know.
Lol.
Guys, we're gonna just kill. I'm not gonna eat them. I'm not a monster. Right. We get those two. Hey, you got Scully Bros. Good, you can get out now.
I can't.
Defensive abilities too.
She has to have them seasoned just right, and then she'll eat them. Also depends on how they're cooked.
And just have like the bimbo harpy who just who's definitely not a cannibal no matter what the other party is like. Is like, well, I mean, I eat them. No, that's semen. You're swallowing. You're not eating them. Testing them. She's the nice harpy.
It counts. Like no, that's not what we're talking about. No, but it does count. No, honey, no.
I take their flesh into me. It's called sex, dear.
Right, it's the best part. Be like the Sarah Jessica Parker harpy. Just put them on a hook and let me play with them. If you want to build Ultimate while they're just stealing kills, you should switch over and just use your body absorption, your redemption ability, whatever the hell it's called. That way you spark healing. You could be healing them and getting Ultimate for doing that.
Thank you for joining us. I know it's windy today.
You got Fallout fingers.
I do. But...
Why? Speaking of fingers, there we go.
You know what's funny about Osrin?
He's
one of the few characters that I'd be like, Yeah, AI could probably make this character.
Make
The answer
character?
is too many fingers.
Wait, what?
That's funny.
You know how AI always fucks up the fingers and the hands and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this character has too many fingers, so that's fine. That works.
That works.
As wanted to branch out, you could just be different Fae. One of you could be a Rusalka with like the super hair, and another one of you could be a winged pixie. So you know all of you. I think Farrell should play the pixie to work against type, but maintain her savage attitude.
That'd be hilarious.
Just be like a pixie
Feral
mage.
pixie.
Be a pixie mage, but with just like a fun attitude. Just like, you want to fight, asshole? Little tiny cat-sized ball that'll laser blast you. Always seeking the violent solution. I'm hard to hit. They can't touch me. Yeah, we're here too. Right.
Magic missile gat.
I swear the Rusalka is one of the cooler Fae because they can beat you up with their hair.
Yes.
Can I have a spell called Helga? Why do you want a spell called Helga?
Oh, that's the whole thing with her.
Does it just
She
summon
had.
an ogress named Helga?
I don't. I think it was a mountain troll. What was?
This is a conversation I wasn't here for. Okay.
Yeah. What race was? She was a mountain troll type sized woman, and Helga would just come out. Yeah. She'd shout for Helga, and Helga would come stomp out and. Yes, it was essentially women specific. Yeah.
How to do it. I mean, what's funny is if you wanted to do spear stuff so that you wouldn't have to keep up with like spell slots and shit, you could have a bunch of points spent in companion in the conjuration sphere and build a Helga.
Tail idea?
Tail idea?
Fingers.
Oh, fingers. Yes. Oh yeah, I see what you're now.
Sorry, my focus is off.
So like little bitty fingers at the end of the tail? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Rank done or?
Oh boy.
I need to get rank done.
He's just got way too many fucking fingers, man.
Can you imagine him just standing next to somebody and just grabbing their ankle? You know, straight face.
Different party.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Grab you by the ankles, girl.
He just holds his crystal ball that way.
Right.
So, because I'm stupid, I figured out a way to burn the conjuration sphere talents to summon essentially a magic hot maid that could summon food. It was not a very intelligent expense of talents, but for the mage who's lazy and horny and lonely, it's brilliant.
Farrell is absolutely on board with the idea of her being a tiny fairy thing.
She wants a Helga.
Do you want me to change you to a Fae in the gaming server?
Oh my god, I just realized she could be the murder fairy.
Yeah, she could be the murder fairy.
The murder fairy.
That's my idea, damn it.
Yeah. The murder fairy was your idea.
He only said one word, and that word was stab!
Yes. What are the other ones? Because I kind of hate this one.
Well then go to Auridon and fling flowers at people.
Oh, yeah.
You lemon.
Yeah, I'm a lemon. I'm very lemony right now.
Watching you fail at compass navigation is funny.
Yeah, well, I have a little bit of a, like, I don't know. I'm a little
migraine?
addled. I don't know. I don't think it's a migraine, but I am. Is it over here? No, it's over here.
Nice.
I am. Yes, please go to Volca here.
The rest of the party could be harpies trying to get laid,
And Farrell, the murder pixie, is just there because she was promised violence. We're gonna get into a fight. If there's a fight, we should call my buddy. No, don't call your buddy. She's gonna make more trouble. I already called my buddy. Damn it! And then Farrell shows up. Oh, hi, Farrell.
The answer is yes.
Okay, 15 minutes.
Chaotic chaos, absolutely.
Okay. Where are they?
Right there. Yeah. Right up there.
Well, I was going to do Vidimir, but obviously that hasn't happened. And the stream has been going long enough. Although it was unfortunate that I had an extra long BRB in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down here. Here's Osdrin, as I would envision him for the moment, unless I decide to change anything. But this is kind of how I had
why they
it
don't
figured.
have...
What?
He's pondering why he doesn't have pants.
Ah, yes, why don't you have pants? Well, this is the outer outlines. This is what you see from the outside. He may have pants under there. To be honest, though, I actually don't know. I haven't asked him. Are you wearing pants, sir?
Wow, you know I'm free balling.
I wouldn't put a pet. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, time to go. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the really long BRB. I appreciate all of it. And blah, 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 blah. Including all the babble and the nonsense. Thank you. Big preach. I'm gonna talk at y'all later. See you Wednesday. Bye.